Here's some fun beginner combos with EDDY GORDO and Tekken 8. If you're new to the channel, my name is MadMike and I'll be your guide today. But before we get started, if you are new to the Tekken series, do me a favor and memorize this image here because it shows the universal controls for this game. Also, if you don't understand any of these symbols that you see on screen right now, feel free to check out a video that I made that breaks down everything that you'll need to know to get started in this game. But if you already know about all that stuff and you're just looking for fun combos, I won't keep you waiting any longer. Something you need to know about Eddie is that he is more stance heavy than a lot of other characters. For example, here he has his neutral stance. But during certain moves, or if you just hit forward 1+2, Eddie will go into a handstand. This is called his bananera stance. Hopefully I didn't mispronounce it. And with this, he can easily move around his opponent. But then he also has his negativa stance, where he gets really low to the ground. You can see right there. Note that in this stance, you can still move forward, but you can't move back. Hitting the back button will cause Eddie to get out of the animation. Now, a cool transition that lets you switch between these two stances and lets you move around your opponent is just forward 1+2. I'm just hitting the up input. And you can input this pretty fast. I mean, I am going circles around Jin right now. So now that we know about Eddie's two stances, you got to be very mindful of what moves put him into those different stances. But it's time for us to get into our first combo. So for this combo here, our launcher is going to be down forward 3. That launches our opponent pretty high in the air. And after that, we're going to input 2 and then 3. Which then puts us into the bananera stance. After that, we'll hit 4-2, which is going to spiral our opponent. Now, that does put us back in neutral stance, but leaves us kind of far away from our opponent, so we're going to double tap forward, and then finish out this combo with 1-2, 4-4. So let's do the whole thing. Now, yes, that is only 56 damage, but do not worry, because the rest of these combos are in the high 60s and 70s. That's just a nice, easy combo I want you to use to get the feeling of Eddie switching his stances. Now, for this next combo, we're going to be using a different launcher, which is forward, forward, 4. So after launching your opponent, you're going to be on your hands. Now, we're going to follow that up with a 4-3-3. For this, you got to make sure to let your opponent stay in the air for a little bit before you continue. So after you launch them, wait for that forward, then go for it. Because if you go in forward immediately, you're going to miss. After the 4-3-3, we're going to launch our opponent a second time using our first launcher, down forward +3. Now, you got to make sure that you don't hold any buttons there, or else you will end up in a different stance. Next, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We need to dash towards our opponent, hit them once, and then activate our heat mode, because that's going to be how we finish out this combo. One important note here is that when you're in heat and you launch your opponent for the second time, make sure that when you input the back 3+4, you hold the arrow forward. Now, what I mean is that even if our input is back 3+4, like this, after that move, we need to hold forward so that we use our heat dash. Back 3+4, but immediately hold forward. Then we'll finish out this combo. 67 damage. Now, nice thing is you can change up the end of that combo however you want, depending on if you do or don't have heat. But if you do have heat and your opponent's health is low enough, I say go for it. For this next combo, we got to start on the ground. And we do that by entering our negativa stance, which is down 3+4. But instead of just hitting 3+4 once, you're going to hit it twice, which will make Eddie do a kick, launching your opponent into the air. Now, this is probably the easiest combo that you will ever do in your entire life, because besides down 3+4, you will only be using 3 to complete this entire combo. Down 3+4, then again, and then you just hit triangle. 68 damage. There is a combo like this in Eddie's combo challenge, but I changed up the launcher because it gives you more damage output. So if you ever find yourself on the ground, this is a good combo to do. And literally the easiest. Yeah, definitely gives me some Victor vibes. I'm not sure how to feel about it. Next up, we're going to start off our combo by stunning our enemies with While Rising 2. Now, if you don't know, While Rising is when your character's mid-animation of getting up, when they're transitioning from crouching to standing. So to start this off, you have to be holding down. Then the second you let go of it, you hit that input. In this case, 2. So we'll do While Rising +2, then 3-3. Which puts us back in our handstand position to continue the combo. After that, we'll use 4-2. Once again, we're going to be using our heat mode for this. This combo is very similar to the one that we did earlier. The main difference is just your starting position. Instead of in your neutral stance, you start off crouching. So once we activate our heat, we'll just be doing forward 3+4 twice. So here we go. Don't forget that the black arrow means to hold the input. There you have it, 69 damage. For this next combo, again, we're going to be starting on the ground. It's just a really good position, in my opinion. Then after that, you're essentially just mashing the 3 input until your opponent gets put in a spiral. So down 3+4, 3+4, and you just hit 3. Now notice that since we were just hitting the 3 button, we ended that string still very low to the ground, not in neutral stance. So to finish this off, we'll input 2, 4, 3. There you have it, 72 damage. We got 1 extra damage because he hit the wall. But that's it. Those are my 5 beginner-friendly Eddy Gordo combos that I got so far. Mind you, I've only had access to Eddy for about 2 days, and I wanted to get this video out as soon as possible. And this is meant for newcomers to the game. So I'm not trying to make anything too crazy complex, but still get off some decent damage. But if you've been messing around with Eddy and you've got an even better combo, feel free to leave it in the comments down below so that maybe others can try it. And if you want the combo sheet that I used for this video, feel free to join the Discord. Don't forget I stream Tekken 8 with viewers every week. But thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope I was able to help you out. That'll do it for me today. Don't forget to stay mad, and I'll see you next time.